it is going up quite a while after this post was made, but I was heavily inspired by Melt Makeup promo photos that they released for one of their palettes. So that is where my inspiration today came from, and I just wanted to play with color. I think it looks like a little bit radioactive and like really cool. I'm obsessed with cool tones, so playing with blues and purples is always up my alley. If you are new here, I am obsessed with skulls. It is not Halloween here on Makeup by MakeupByMegB if I don't do at least one skull look a year. So I am so excited to share with you how I got this. I used all eyeshadow for this makeup look. You don't need to go out and buy any paints or anything extra. You can just kind of take what is already in your kit. Of course, we have some crystals on. You can just pick these up at a craft store for a couple of dollars. I got mine from Michael's like a year or two ago, so they last a pretty long time. If you are not yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel and be sure to check me out on my other social media. Also, if you are doing any of my Halloween looks, be sure to tag me in your photos on Instagram, or any Halloween looks that you are really, really proud of that you would love for me to see. I love seeing what you guys are always creating. Be sure to tag me so I can check them out. All right, enough with announcements. Let's go ahead and get rolling on into this tutorial. So to map it out and have a guide, I'm just taking a very, very thin angled brush. This is the Anastasia 7B brush. So this is going to be really good to kind of map out the lines of where we want the contour to be. For the outline, I'm just taking a light taupey brown shadow. It'll be good for contouring with, but I also like going in with a lighter line so it's easier to correct mistakes. Now I'm taking a very bright lime green. It looks yellow on camera, but I'm also outlining in the brighter colors too. So now that we kind of have our boundary set of where the shading is going to be, I'm gonna work lightest to darkest now. Then where I mapped out this lime green area, I'm also going to work on blending that in a little bit more too. You'll see as we go. As you can see, I'm working with a lighter blue color. It's like a pretty bright blue, and then for a darker blue, it's going to be more of like a seafoam green color. And here I am taking more of that lime and just blending that into the blue, and this is how we're going to get really nice transitions. And here I am taking a dark blue, and this is what I'm going to use for the contour shade. So this is about the color palette that we're going to be working with to create this skull look. Once I have the navy blue contour down, I'm going to take that seafoam green color and put it right in between the navy blue and the bright sky blue color to blend and merge everything together. So now that we have the bottom half of the skull pretty much done, except for the teeth, I'm going to go ahead and start to work on mapping out the socket shape, and we will go from there. Now I'm going to focus on very carefully filling in the socket because I don't want to get a ton of fallout on my cheekbones, but I am going to use the two shades Potion and Inside Job from the Dark Magic Jaclyn Hill palette. I basically left my eyebrows on to show that you can still do this look without having to cover them up. I don't really have eyebrows to begin with if you know me from this channel, but I just wanted to show you how you can make it work without needing to get a glue stick and cover things up and layer things. I just try to make my tutorials as easy as possible to follow. So here I am just picking up a lot of shadow and lightly tapping it, and that's the best way to get the darkest impact and to have it look super opaque. Now that I have the dark green laid down pretty much everywhere, it's not 100% perfect, but that's okay because we are going to cover it up with this green shimmer called The Sight from the Urban Decay and Game of Thrones palette. And I'm just going to apply that with like a flat brush. Again, I'm really packing this on densely. If you want it to be super intense, you can spray your brush with setting spray to have the shimmer pick up even more. Off camera, I went ahead and took a matte white and just kind of outlined this area right here around any of the dark edges to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And then now we are going to go ahead and add another strip of color. So right under this white, I'm just going to go back in with the same
three colors, the bright sky blue, the seafoam green, and the lime green. Those are the colors that we're going to use to finish out the rest of the look. In hindsight, I wish I went the opposite direction on my cheekbones, but you know what? Too little, too late. It still turned out really good, and I'm super proud of this look. And I can't stress enough that the key to any of these looks is just really picking up a lot of that eyeshadow and just stamping and packing it on, and then going back through and blending on top of it to get everything to merge together. So I, again, am just showing you what I had in my collection that I used. You don't need to use these certain palettes. I just grab whatever I have that's available to create these looks. And here I am outlining this in the navy blue. The nose is the same gradient effect from the light sky blue to the seafoam green, and now I'm outlining the nose shape in the navy blue. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of black to the very center for the ultimate shading. I will say that personally, I didn't want to layer a ton of black, so it's just going to go on the very bottom curve of the nose, as you see right here, and I'm mostly going to let that shape stay navy, but of course, it's all personal preference, whatever you want to do. Now I'm just going to add up some finishing touches with the skin, which is highlighting and contouring. So I'm taking the navy blue to contour around my chin, and then I'm going to work on packing more of the white eyeshadow around. And this is like the benefit of using foundation as a base instead of like a white cream product. You still have like that element of like skin like color underneath it, and I think that it really helps the white highlighted areas pop more. And it also looks super cool with the navy as the contour. And here I am just sticking on the crystals. I use lash glue to adhere them. And again, I bought them at Michael's for only a couple of dollars.
To finish this look off, I am just adding my nude stick in the shade Whisper, just for a little bit of glamour on the lips. I could have whited it out, shaded it, done all that, but I just wanted to have a little bit more of like a glam factor tied into this. And then I'm taking the Anastasia 7B angled brush in the black shadow, and I'm going to create teeth. So I like to start from the middle and work my way up, and then once I get up close towards the end, I start to curve it up and outward.
For me, when it comes to doing skull looks, the teeth are always the most challenging part, so it definitely takes practice. Don't get discouraged, and you can always wipe it off and correct it if you're not happy with how it looks. And I just love using this super thin brush to apply the black shadow and just build it up how you see fit. And it's just really gonna be one of those final touches that ties everything together.
Here is the finished look. I really love how this turned out. It's a little bit radioactive looking. I am pretty proud of how my blending turned out. Honestly, that is the longest part of this look. I would say because I had no idea really where I was going. I had a reference picture that I was glancing at every now and then, but because I haven't done this look before, I didn't really know what I was doing or where this look was going. I changed things up a couple of times. It took me about 2 hours to create this, but for me, that's pretty normal. I really like to be able to take my time to play with makeup. As always, if this is your first time trying a look like this out, make sure you give yourself more than enough time because mistakes do happen. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. And again, if you recreate anything, or if you would like me to see your Halloween looks, it is really hard to talk with these crystals on. I'm afraid of smiling too much and like them falling off because I barely glued them on with lash glue because I knew that I'm gonna be taking this off and getting in the shower as soon as this video ends. But yes, if you have any Halloween looks that you would like me to see, be sure to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. Let me know what you'd like to see from me in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.